Thank you very much. It's a great privilege for me to be here, and I wanted to thank my nephew, Thomas, who suggested that I come down today. I thought that the quality of the pitches today was absolutely fantastic. When I was an entrepreneur, our presentations were nowhere near as good, and I'm absolutely serious about that. I've been told to keep it short, which is, I think, appropriate, because otherwise I can go on forever. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey as an entrepreneur. I started, this is back in 1999. Was anyone born in 1999? So let me tell you about the old days. I'm from India, and my dad worked for Air India, so I grew up all over the place, and ended up in California just when the internet was starting up. This was 1994, 95. And I went to Stanford Business School, which was in the heart of Silicon Valley, which gave me a taste for entrepreneurship. And I thought, I'd like to be an entrepreneur. And my dad said, what's that? Does that just mean unemployed? I said, no, I want to start a company and stuff. So I had a friend, and don't tell my dad if you speak to him, but he was my drinking buddy. That's Chris next to me. And he wanted to be an entrepreneur as well. So we used to sit around and drink beers and try to come up with ideas. Now, Chris is a great guy, he's a super guy, but he had lots of terrible ideas. So this really wasn't going anywhere. And then he didn't know much about music. And so every time he heard a song, he's like, I wonder what that is, and I wish I could figure it out. So he came up with an idea, which was, what if you could use your mobile phone to identify any song that you heard anywhere? This is the first good idea I'd come up with. I thought, that's a good idea for a change. But how are we going to do it? Like, where are we going to get the technology? He said, we invented. Now, the thing about Chris is that he went to Berkeley Business School. There's no chance of him inventing the technology, right? I said, where are we going to find all the music which you want to identify? And he said, we can talk to record companies, I'm sure they'll have it. Now, it just so happened I was working for a record company at the time, and I knew perfectly well they didn't have the music in digital format. And I said, right, so how are we going to make money from this? And he said, we'll just sell some CDs. And I was like, have you heard of something called Napster? Like, you can download any song that you like, So there was no chance of actually making this business successful. But I thought, it'll be fun. So I quit my job, and I became an entrepreneur. Now, as it happens, Chris had a secret weapon. That's the guy on the end, and his name is Philippe. Now, Philippe was everything that Chris and I are not. So he was hardworking, made stuff happen, dedicated, He was the man who actually helped get the thing off the ground. And it was really lucky because I'd never met him before when we became partners. But the great thing is we got along really well. And we're friends now, 17 years later. So it just shows if you're starting a business, like the guys from Toppers, for instance, just having fun, with each other was fantastic. It really came through. Now, you're thinking to yourself probably, which is, but how did you build this business if you didn't have all these things? And that man with the big smile is a chap called Avery Wang, who's a chief scientist who invented the technology. Let me just pause here for a second and ask, has anyone here used Shazam? Have you? Okay. Has anyone here wondering what the heck I'm talking about? What is this Shazam thing I'm talking about? No, okay. So, let me explain. So, when we came up with the original idea, it was going to be, there were no smartphones. Smartphones had not been invented. And the way it worked is that you would pick up your mobile, dial a number, hold it up to the music, it would make a voice call and would hang up after 20 seconds. And then the user would get a text message with the name of the song and the artist. And by the way, you've got all the tiny little microphone on your mobile, and you've got the distortion when you go over a mobile phone network. And that's the problem we're trying to solve. So when we were trying to find somebody to invent the technology, everyone we spoke to said, you're out of your mind. We can't invent that. It's not possible. So luckily, Chris and Philippe were doing their MBAs at Berkeley Business School. And the centers of excellence in digital signal processing, which is this field, happened to be at Stanford and Berkeley. So they spoke to the head of the Department for Computer Research in Music and Acoustics and said, who are the best PhD students you've ever had? And this professor gave them a list. And number one on that list was Dr. Avery Wang. So they met him, convinced him to come on board as our fourth business partner, and gave him a task. You've got 3 months to invent this technology. Now, poor Avery, he wasn't smiling back then. He was locked in his basement, yes, trying to invent this technology. 3 months. You've got 3 months. So he was working away at it. It just didn't exist. It had never been done before. Everyone else had said it was impossible. And he was about to give up. Now, the only reason he didn't give up was because he was scared of telling his 3 co-founders that he was giving up. Because then would be 3 MBAs with an idea and no technology, which is not really a business. So he finally had this breakthrough where he looked at the most significant bits of the music over time, and he could get a match which would work really quickly, really efficiently, and at low cost. I would love to play you the clips of what it sounds like, the real song versus an audio clip, but in the interest of time, I won't. Suffice to say that having the technology and having a demo is what we needed to actually start raising money. And we took a picture of this check, because I'd never in my life seen a man write a check for $250,000 from his current account to invest in this technology on the back of a bunch of PowerPoint slides and a demo. Is this being recorded? It is. I'll say it anyway. We made sure that the demo always worked. So, so what else do we need? We needed to build the music database. And so we hired a team of top technical people, fantastic developers, and my cousin. On the end over here. And we built these machines which allowed you to extract the important elements of the music. And we did that for 100,000 CDs in the UK. Because, as I had said, on day one, the database of music did not exist. So we had to literally build it from scratch. Now, we were having a great time. All was well, except the market just crashed. So this was the internet bubble bursting. Every startup in town was going bust, including ourselves. So we got to launch, and we were trying to make money, but it was just not happening. People were using the service, but they'd forget the number. Or we'd charge people, 50p per use, and it was just not making enough money. We were burning cash. Our investors were not happy. We were just struggling for survival, just to stay alive for one more day. But if you don't make money, that's the only thing that's going to happen. So we got to the point where literally we thought to ourselves, what do we do? How do we stay alive? And the technology, which was the crown jewels of the business, we had, in the darkest moment, we had to sell the technology to raise enough money just to survive for one more day. Now, there's a bit of good news. We started the business in 2000, launched in 2002. In 2008, this man, Steve Jobs, announced the iPhone and the App Store. And this was the turning point for us. Because now you could take out your phone, just hit a button, you didn't have to remember the number, and it would do its thing, and you'd find out the name of the song. Which really helped us to get into, the top 20 apps which have been downloaded, worldwide. And then we finally started seeing things take off. So it took us 10 years for the first billion users of Shazam. The next billion took a year. The next billion took 2 months. So that was the ride that we actually went on, from literally being days away from bankruptcy to saying, hallelujah, we made it through. We didn't give up. So that's my message to all of you today, which is, if you like new ideas, if you like having fun with your business partners, if you have passion for what you're doing, enjoy the adventure. Don't give up, but give yourself, and hopefully it'll all end with thumbs up. So thank you very much.